Squishy Monster, and today we're making DakGalbi, which literally translates to rib chicken. And so this is a really nice take on just a regular chicken dish. It's going to have lots of tender, succulent, dark meat, but you can also use chicken breast, with lots of veggies scattered throughout, and of course some squishy rice cakes that are tender and chewy. The first two things that I want to do is soak my rice cakes in some water, and this is just tap water, tepid tap water from my faucet, and I want to let them soak because it's going to soak for about 20 to 30 minutes, and that's the same exact time that I'm going to marinate my chicken. So in my bowl here, I just have some dark meat, rib meat. DakGalbi traditionally means rib meat, but it can be done with tenderloin or it can be done with chicken breast, but I like that dark meat. It's really nice and rich and buttery. So I kind of shaved off little bits of that and I put it in the bowl so it's boneless. I kept some of the skin on for extra flavor. To that I'm going to add in some garlic and some ginger. Slide that right in there. And I'm going to splash in some honey, and that's going to sweeten everything up together. You can also use coconut nectar, agave, or sugar in a pinch. It's going to nicely complement the red pepper paste and the pepper flakes I'm using here. I'm going to stick that right into, scrape that all into your big bowl here. And then some curry powder, sprinkle that on there as well. And then lastly, I have a combination of soy and sesame. And then drizzle that right over the whole entire thing. And then I'm going to go in there with my hands. It's called 손맛. You can go use your bare hands to incorporate some of that delicious hand taste to it. Or you can use the sanitary method and use your gloved hands, and then just go in there and massage that sauce marinade into that meat and let it sit together with your soaking rice cakes. So I'm just missing a bit of perilla leaves, which are sesame leaves, and some sweet potatoes, which are always nice in this. But everything else is in the mix, and it's a little bit softened. You don't want to overcook the veggies because you still have the rice cakes and the chicken that you're going to add to it. So this is looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and slide in my chicken. That's been marinated for about half an hour, but the longer it sits, the better. You can do it overnight as well. And then just kind of slip that right in. Tumble all that nicely marinated chicken. It's going to be nice and sweet and spicy. Have a lot of aromatics in it as well. And then give that a quick toss. Then I want to tumble in my soaked and drained rice cakes. You can use whatever shape you like. They have curl, round ones. They have these cylinder shapes. They have the cut oval bias ones. But whatever shape you like, it adds really nice texture and body to the dish. Not to mention it's really chewy, delicious, and tender. And I'm going to dribble in just a little bit of water to help soften those rice cakes. But the chicken will release a lot of its sauce. And then just give everything a toss. And salt and pepper this layer as well. When everything is nicely bubbling away just like this, you see kind of where the sauce is lurching up on top. Keep kind of tossing it together, make sure everything is cooked through. And basically it's ready when the rice cakes are chewy and tender and the chicken is cooked through. And I just bit into one of the rice cakes. It's nicely soaked up and puffed up with all that sauce and the marinade. And the veggies are nicely, it's got still a little bit of a bite to it, but they're not super soggy. And it's basically done. I just want to sprinkle over with some toasted sesame seeds, just as a garnish on top, also for some nuttiness and texture. And then the green onions, just kind of sprinkle those liberally on top like that, and it's ready to go. This is such a great dish to try, especially since, you know, chicken is kind of a staple in most households. Why don't you just throw some chicken with some rice cakes, put a little Korean spin on it, and make yourself this beautiful dish. I'm going to go in there and try a rice cake because that rice cake I'm sure will have soaked up and puffed up with all of the sauce and the marinade, and it'll kind of indicate what the whole dish tastes like because I got a big old bowl here to work on. I love rice cakes because they're so chewy and tender, and it really has soaked up all of that sauce. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy, and those beautiful aromatics and spices going on. You can really taste how it all kind of comes together. I'm going to go in for a piece of chicken next and working on this bowl. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is the Squishy Monster, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.